Hello and welcome. In this video I will be showing you how to crochet these cute little owls, and if you stick around towards the end you'll get to see a little sneak peek of my future tutorial for another bird. For the yarn I used Big Twist Posh in the colors Whipped Cream and Croissant. You will need a sewing needle, a pair of scissors, some stitch markers, and some safety eyes. I use a 5.5mm crochet hook for the Big Twist Posh yarn. We're going to start on the owl, and we'll want to make a magic ring. So I do that by wrapping around and making an X. You grab this, wrap it around, and then pull through. And then you'll place 6 single crochets in your magic ring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there's 6 single crochets. I know it's kind of hard to see when it's white. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull the ring not too tightly, and then you'll want to increase all the way around. So increases are when you place 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So you place 1 single crochet, then place another single crochet in the same stitch, then you'll want to pull the ring. Make sure it's nice and closed. Then for the third round we will do a single crochet increase. So single crochet, mark that, and then increase in the next. Single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, and you should have 18 stitches around. Make sure you always go back and count your stitches to make sure you have the right amount. We will do 2 single crochet increase. So there's the first single crochet, mark it, second single crochet, and then increase. 1, 2, increase. You should have 24 stitches all the way around. And then for rows 5 through 7, you will single crochet all the way around. No increases, no decreases, just single crochets all the way around. So here's what it looks like after completing rounds 1 through 7. You can see it's kind of making that dome shape for the head. So for round 8, we're going to do 2 single crochets and then a decrease. And I like to do invisible decreases, but you can do regular decreases if you prefer. So for this, 1 single crochet, two single crochet, and then I do invisible decrease, which is where you pick up the first loop, the front loop of the next stitch, and then the front loop of the second stitch, yarn over, pull through those two loops, yarn over, pull through those loops. So you're going to repeat that all the way around, where it's 1 single crochet through both loops, 2 single crochet through both loops, and then an invisible decrease where you pull up the front loop of the first stitch, front loop of the second stitch, yarn over, pull through those two, yarn over, pull through those two, and just repeat that for the whole way around. So for round 9, we're going to be using the front loops only. So if you see, I know it's kind of hard with white, but you can see there's 2 loops. This is the front loop, and this is the back loop. And we're going to be using the front loops of this round. So for this, we'll be doing 2 single crochet increase, 2 single crochet, and then an increase all the way around in the front loop only. So in the front loop, we're going to single crochet, and then mark that stitch, and then put our second single crochet in the next front loop, and then we're going to increase, so just in that front loop, in that same stitch, put 2 single crochets. So once again, front loop only, single crochet 1, single crochet 2, and then increase. Okay, so there is round 9 completed. We're going to do 3 single crochet increase, and that's regular, both loops all the way around. So there's 1 single crochet, mark that stitch, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, and then increase. And you're going to repeat that all the way around for a total of 30 stitches. So there is round 10 completed. Pull that yarn up, because now we can work on putting on the safety eyes. And for the eyes, I put them between round 5 and 6. So you'll want to count from the first round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in between 5 and 6 is where you'll put your stitch or safety eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So underneath 5, we're going to place our eye. So then where we place the eye, we're going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's kind of how it looks. All right, pretty good. So using that croissant posh color, or just any kind of tan color you prefer, we're just going to sew it on in between the eyes. This is where your sewing needle comes into play. So I just go in through the middle stitch of one side of the eye. And then I go one row down below and then out the other side of the eye. And then I'll go back through that stitch, that same one. And then up through the middle and back in that stitch. So you'll just kind of keep going up and around, up through those stitches. Just repeating that. Until you cover kind of all the white. And then you'll get that kind of triangle shape for the beak. I'm pretty happy with the way this looks, so on the inside I'll just make a knot. And then cut it with your handy dandy scissors. There's the beak done. So now we can go back and continuing the rest of the body. So we are on round 11, and for round 11 through 14, we will just single crochet all the way around. So for 4 rounds, you'll just single crochet in each stitch. Okay, so now we've completed rounds 11 through 14, and this is what our owl is kind of looking like. So if you want, you can pull up that yarn and you can stuff the head a little bit. Okay, so after stuffing the head a little bit, I'm going to continue with the body. So for round 15, we're going to do 3 single crochet and then an invisible decrease. So there's 1, mark the stitch, there's 2, and then 3, and then invisible decrease. Once again, front loop, next front loop, yarn over, pull through those 2, yarn over, pull through those 2. So 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 invisible decrease, pull up that first loop, pull up the second loop, yarn over, pull through those 2. Now we are on round 16. So this one we will be working in the back loop only of all the stitches around. So there's the stitches we'll be working into this back loop. Not both loops, not the front loop, but the back loop only. And we'll be doing 2 single crochet decrease. And this is to help give that owl that more flat bottom to where he sits upright. So back loop only, we will do 1 single crochet, mark the stitch, back loop, 2 single crochet. I do not do an invisible decrease, I do a regular decrease because it is in back loops. So what you do for that is you, in that first back loop, yarn over, pull through, and then in the next back loop, you yarn over, pull through, and you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. We'll do that again with you. So back loop only, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, then a decrease, pull up a loop, next one, back loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops inwards. So if you want, you can stuff your owl a little more right now. Okay, so for round 17, we're going to do 1 single crochet and then a decrease. I go back to using the invisible decreases for this, so 1 single crochet, mark that stitch, and then decrease. In the invisible decrease, 2 front loops and pull through. Alright, just completed round 17. Continue to stuff it fully before you close it off too much. Now we are on the last round of the owl, round 18, and for this we are going to do decreases all the way around. Okay. Mark that stitch. So you'll pull up that yarn, cut it, pull that through. Now you can take out your stitch marker. Make sure you're happy with your stuffing of the owl. I like to leave it to where when I sew it through, it'll stay kind of flat on the bottom. I don't overstuff it. So now you're going to take that tail and close the hole. So in all the front loops of the stitches you made, you're going to sew it through. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So then you're just going to pull it closed, nice and tight. Then go back through the center and pull that through. I like to kind of go through a little bit more. Pull it nice and tight. So you see how it has a flat bottom? So then I just cut that and then stick that in there. So now we have completed the body. So now the last things we'll need to do is add the wings and the little head feathers, if you want. So you'll want to find the top and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in between that, we're going to attach yarn. So you'll want to grab your yarn, pull it through, and you're going to chain 2, like that. So in that same stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and then in the next stitch, pull through and make a double crochet. So that was our second double crochet. Now on our third, our 4th double crochet, and then our 5th double crochet. So that's kind of what it looks like now. So the next what we'll do is we'll chain 1 and turn, and then we will skip that first stitch and single crochet in that next one, single crochet in the next, single crochet, and then single crochet. So that's 4 single crochets, chain 1 and turn. You will skip that first single crochet, so single crochet in the next. So that's 1, 2, and then we will slip stitch in this last stitch. Pull through and then pull through again. So that's kind of what it looks like right now. So then what you want to do is cut the yarn, pull that tail through. I sew the wing down. I don't leave it floppy. It's up to you. You can leave it floppy if you want, let them fly. But I like the look where it is down by its side. So you just put that on your sewing needle, pull it down, and sew it through. That tail that we attached the yarn with, I pull that through to meet the other yarn. I'll put those kind of farther away. There we go. So just have them pull through the same stitch, and then I just take those tails and I tie them. Cut off the ends and then just stick them back through. So there is the first wing. So now on the other side we will do the same thing. And so we will get our yarn, pull it through, chain 2, then double crochet in that same stitch, and then do 4 more double crochets. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like it's pretty even to the other side. So after the 5, we'll chain 1 and turn. Skip that first stitch. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll skip that 5th stitch. That first stitch, go into the next, single crochet, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we will chain 1 and turn, skip that first stitch, 1, 2, and and then slip stitch in the third stitch. And there he be. Once again, you can leave it floppy or sew it down, and I like to sew it down. And then you just stick it through. Alright, so there is our owl with the wings on. Optional to do the head feathers. I like the look of the head feathers, so we'll attach those now. We attached the head feather on round 3, so 1, 2, 3. Go through the stitch on the third round. I have it. And you'll pull your yarn through. And you'll just chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. You'll slip stitch in the next stitch over, which is round 2. So just in that next stitch over, you pull through and slip stitch. So then you'll cut the yarn, put that tail through your sewing needle, stick it in, stick it through to the back, and then that tail from attaching the yarn, stick it through, do that same stitch as the other, cut to yarn, and then you'll repeat that for the other side. 1, 2, 3. Attach your yarn and chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then slip stitch in the second round. Stick it through, slip stitch, pull up that yarn, cut it, and stick it in there. And ta-da! There's your little owl friend. Let me know if you enjoyed the pattern, if you made your own owl. I'd love, for you to let me know how yours turned out, if it turned out well. This is another one of my chubby birds I've made, so if you haven't yet, please subscribe. I might be releasing a video tutorial on how to make this cute little chubby chick. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video tutorial, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!